Got a lot of pre-market action here. Just to take profit smashed on not. Sorry, didn't realize that I was double mic'd up. Got that fixed. All right, so that's what, 69 pips. That's win number 969. I've actually been waiting on that win for quite some time, so glad I finally got it. All right, let's get to some calls. We've got some fun here. The first is United States dollar versus Israeli shekel. As you can see, we have the 800 EMA blue, the 200 EMA gray, 50 EMA aqua, BGA. That's a downtrend. Going to take this on the sell. Short position from current price, targeting 3.21807. All right. It's going to be a risk of 6.34. Entry at 25599. Stop at 26197. That's for 60 pips. Take profit at 21807. It's for 379 pips. All right, here's your first call of the day. United States dollar versus Israeli shekel. 30-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 3.25599. Good morning, Carmelia. Stop loss is 3.26197 for 60 pips. Take profit is 3.21807 for 379 pips and a risk reward ratio of 6.34. Let's get this marked in our list and then move on to the next call. Next up, we have the euro versus the South African rand. As you see, we have blue, gray, aqua. That is a downtrend. It came back on a Patrick push to give us a better re-entry than the original trade, and we're going to take it. Got a short here, targeting 19.82012. 4.27 is the risk. We have entry at 05365. We have stop at 10836. That's going to be for 547 pips. And we have take profit at 19.82012. And that's for 2,335 pips. I suppose I should rank the right darn trade, huh? Euro versus ZAR, EURZAR. There we go. Here's your next trade of the morning. The euro versus the South African rand, 60-minute confirmation. Market execution sell. Entry price is 20.05365. Stop loss is 20.10836 for 547 pips. Take profit is 19.82012 for 2,335 pips. Risk reward ratio of 4.27. Moving on. We have the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. We have aqua gray blue. That's an uptrend. We're going to be taking that. It's a long from current price. Targeting 0.57579. All right, this is a 4.66 risk. Entry price at 57304. Stop at 57245. That's for 6 pips. Take profit at 57579. That's for 28 pips. It's your next call in the morning. The Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc, 15-minute confirmation. Market execution buy. Entry price is 0.57304. Stop loss is 0.57245 for 6 pips. Take profit is 0.57579 for 28 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 4.66. Moving on, we're back on gold again. We had 9 wins on gold yesterday. We've got 5 calls on gold today. So this is blue, gray, aqua. Again, another downtrend. We're going to take this on a sell from current price. This is a future targeting 3917, 3917. And we're going to take the stop and we're going to put it right above the candles. Let's get this bad boy called out. Now, there are multiple brokers where you can find futures trades. I use Top Step X. This is MGC1, which I believe is micro gold. All right, so this is a 3.92 risk. Entry at 39.8490. Stop at 4,220. And that's going to be for 173 pips. Take profit at 39.17 even. That's for 679 pips. Next call of the morning. MGC1 micro gold, 15-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 3984.90. Stop loss is 4002.20 for 173 pips. Take profit is 0.79 for 28 pips and a risk reward ratio of 4.66. Moving on, we've got GC1. This is gold. We have blue, gray, aqua. That's a downtrend. Going to take a sell from current price. Oops. Targeting 3916.5. Move this right above the arrows. There we go. This is GC1 for gold itself. This time the risk is 3.4. You've got entry at 3981.50. You've got stop at 4,000.6. And that's going to be for 191 pips. Take profit is 3916.5. And that's for 650 pips. Next call of the morning. A GC1 gold, 15-minute confirmation. Market execution sell. Entry price is 3981.50. Stop loss is 4000.60 for 191 pips. And take profit at 3916.50 for 650 pips. Risk reward ratio 3.40. All right, now we're moving on to commodities. We have gold versus the United States dollar. Blue, gray, aqua, that's a downtrend. I'm going to take this on the sell from current price. This time targeting 3875.025. Risk is going to be 5.35. Entry at 3978.02. Stop at 3997.257. It's going to be for 1,924 pips. And take profit at 3875.025. That's for 10,300 pips. Here's your next call of the morning. Gold versus the United States dollar. 15-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 3978.020. Stop loss is 3997.257 for 1,924 pips. Take profit is 3875.025 for 10,300 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 5.35. Again, that's gold versus the United States dollar. Moving on, we have gold versus the Australian dollar. We have blue, gray, aqua. We're going to take this on a sell from current price. This time targeting 5933.703. So 4.21 risk. Entry is 6068.021. Stop at 6099.919. That's for 3,190 pips. And take profit is going to be 5933.703. And that's for 13,432 pips. And here's your next call of the morning. Gold versus the Australian dollar, 15-minute confirmation. Market execution sell. Entry price is 6068.021. Stop loss is 6099.919 for 3,190 pips. Take profit is 5933.703 for 13,432 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 4.21. Next up, we have gold versus the euro. Again, blue, gray, aqua. That is a downtrend. Going to take this on a sell from current price. This time targeting 3346.336. The risk going to be 5.33. Got entry at 3434.098. Got stop at 3450.56. That's for 1,646 pips. Take profit at 3346.336. And that's for 8,776 pips. The next call in the morning. Gold versus the euro. 15-minute confirmation. Market execution sell. Entry price is 3434.098. Stop loss 3450.560 for 1,646 pips. Take profit 3346.336 for 8,776 pips. The risk reward ratio of 5.33. Next up, we have the Australian dollar versus the New Zealand dollar. It's already taken off on us, so we're not going to enter that trade. Next up, we have the Czech dollar. That also is already taken off on us. We're not going to enter that trade. We have take profit smashed on the futures for Swiss franc. We have take profit smashed on WCT versus Tether. We have take profit smashed on Rose versus Tether. And we have take profit smashed on the United States dollar versus the Swiss franc. So with that, we are caught up for the morning. Next tickers at 8 a.m., the top of the hour, 30 minutes before the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. And now we wait. That should give you time to catch up in case you're just getting to the chat and you're getting late on getting the calls. They're all there posted. Heavy morning this morning. To review, we have a sell on the euro versus the South African rand. We have a buy on the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. We have a sell on micro gold. We have a sell on gold. Both of those are futures. We have a sell on gold versus the United States dollar. We have a sell on gold versus the Australian dollar. And we have a sell on gold versus euro. In a second, I switch over to my crypto book to see if we hit any new trades. And no, not yet. And we'll do another sweep of the book once we get off the lot today to see if we hit some additional take profits. But in the meantime, we'll take a look at peanut versus USDT. That is the highest in profit in terms of cryptocurrency for us right now. And we'll sit on that as we await the 8 o'clock ticker. As you can see, we've done quite well. Deep retracement on the entire crypto market on the strength of the Federal Reserve deciding yesterday to lower interest rates from 2.25% to 2%, which means there's more money or more dollars in circulation, which weakens the dollar and strengthens tether. Ergo, the sell-off of perpetual trades. Think of it this way. Most of the support for Tether is from US-backed securities, so treasury bonds and treasury bills. So if the Federal Reserve decides to lower interest rates and pump more dollars into the economy, that means the relative worth of each dollar is less, which means the relative worth of each dollar equivalent is stronger. Why? Because the federal government is required to pay interest to people who invest in treasury bonds and treasury bills. So as more dollars hit the economy, the securitization of those dollars, treasury bonds and bills becomes stronger because the US government is promising that with this new money supply that's been increased, we're going to pay people who invest in our bonds and our securities more money. Oddly enough, the lower the interest rate that the US Federal Reserve does, the higher the interest rate that the US government has to pay on treasury bonds and treasury bills. Mostly because there's a slightly more increased risk of default if they're supporting a larger money supply. Now, theoretically, it's impossible for the United States government to go broke. But we talk about it in those terms anyway, because no other country in the world has that advantage. And only because the United States dollar is the world's reserve currency. If that were not the case, we could go belly up just like every other country. All right, 30 seconds to the top of the hour. It's going to take about 3 minutes after the ding for it to get through all the assets necessary for us to trade. It is a 4-hour candle. So we're looking at the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. And here we go. All right, immediately 3 calls. Let's take a look. We have the euro versus the Australian dollar. It won't mark off the trade for another 15 minutes. During that time, we're going to have what's called a Patrick push. And that's where price, even though this is a sell, goes back into the EMAs. It's already doing it right now, euro versus Australian dollar. So at 8:15, we'll come back to this trade and call out the trade. We have the euro versus the Czech dollar on a 30-minute confirmation. I do expect price to come back. Give us a better entry. We'll hop into it at 8:30. And then we have Great British Pound Sterling versus the Japanese Yen. This is an example, even though it called a short trade, we would not enter this trade because the EMAs are blue, gray, and blue, aqua, and gray. That's consolidation below price, and all this is going to form support. Another way that you can look at this is if you turn on your order blocks, you can see that even if price drops, it has to break through this buy block, it's break through this, and take profit is probably below this point because of this unhealthy price action right here. It's unlikely that price at this point of the day is going to break through all of that order block to get to a take profit. So this is not a good trade to take. So we got 2 in queue. We'll wait for more. We should know in about a minute if we're getting any more out of the market for 8 o'clock. Next ticker is 8:10 a.m. for the futures market, then 8:15 for more trades out of the market, including taking that trade on euro versus the Australian dollar. So we'll head back to peanut versus tether and sit on this while we wait for more action. In the meantime, I believe we're in profit on all our other trades. Crap ton of movement on commodities right now. Well, markets are all down. I wonder if there's some news. Let's go take a look. Something feels off. So always let's start with Forex factoring. All right, we had a press conference by the Royal Bank of Japan. We have a financing rate decision coming on the euro at 8:15. They're expected to keep interest rates the same. And then we have producer management index coming out on the Chinese yuan this evening. So we're definitely going to take a look at this to see what they do. That's going to cause a lot of volatility for us. And it may be the trigger for why gold is going to sell off. All right, so check on futures. Negative futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and NASDAQ. Negative futures on gold, all good for us because we're selling gold right now. This little widgets have been buggy for a couple of days. It's really annoying because I like using it. All right. So we certainly have some things to look forward to. I can dig it. So at about 8:10 in 5 minutes, we'll go back to Forex Factory so we can take a look at the announcement on the interest rate for the euro. That's definitely going to affect the markets for us. Everything's getting smacked around, except for that. It's up 43%. That's crazy. The dollar's on a serious tear right now. Wow. Guess that's helpful. It means things are going to be cheaper for us, at least in the short term. Euro's getting absolutely smashed. So it doesn't look like they're going to change interest rates. That's crazy. I mean, honestly, all the world currencies are getting smashed versus the United States dollar right now, which means let's take a look at currency strength. And by far, the United States dollar is the strongest currency. It's not even close. All right, so we're looking right here. This is the euro main financing rate, 5 minutes. Again, the previous was 2.15%. The forecast is that it will be unchanged. We might get a surprise here, but it's not looking likely. Now, mind you, the London Stock Exchange is still open. This rate announcement is happening right before the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. So this is really going to move the market, particularly when New York opens in at 8:30. So things are going to be flying around. Three minutes left to go. By the way, if you don't know about forexfactory.com, jot that down. I mean, you're gonna need this site. It's a monster. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat for everyone. Essentially, what they do is they have the news that affects the market, and it's in a color-coded system. So the yellow folders are for minor news, the orange folders are for medium news, but high-level news are the red folders. You can filter just for these if you want to see them that way. But it's a good way to kind of navigate your way in and out of the market, particularly for people that are kind of skittish about trading during the news. These are the moments you want to be out of the market if you don't know what you're doing. You should expect some big, crazy moves almost instantly after this announcement is made. It's going to continue until right up until 10 a.m. when the London market closes. I'm honestly flabbergasted that the European Central Bank has decided they're not going to change interest rates, given the Fed did. That's crazy work. Of course, their economies are different than ours, but to take that kind of hit against the US dollar doesn't seem very smart, especially a lot of the fact that we've increased tariffs on everyone. 30 seconds. What did we get? Come on. They did not change interest rates. All right, it's now 8:15. Let's go back to Euro odd. We're not going to enter this. This is blue, gray, aqua. That's a downtrend. It's going to be a sell-off from current price. Targeting 1.76127. And the risk is 3.54. Entry at 76781. Stop at 76966. It's for 19 pips. Take profit at 76127. That's for 65 pips. Next call in the morning, the euro versus the Australian dollar, 15-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 1.76781. Stop loss is at 1.76966 for 19 pips. Take profit is at 1.76127 for 65 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 3.54. It looks like Euro check has run off on us, so we won't be entering that trade. I hear a ding. Stop loss hit on buy signals on Ripple versus the dollar and Ripple versus Teller. This is selling off. We didn't enter those trades, obviously. Next ticker is 825 for the futures market, 8:30 a.m. for the market proper, the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. Do expect increased volatility across the market almost instantly at the 8:30 ticker. Be prepared. All right, about 4 minutes left to go to the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. Does not look like we're getting anything out of the futures markets pre-bell, which is fine. Thirty seconds to go. Okay, so no immediate signals. Commodities are dropping. Indices are rallying a little bit. Still negative for the day. Okay. Don't see anything that's too alarming just yet. Does not appear we are getting any action from the opening bell. So our next ticker to enter the market will be at 8:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. Looks like we did hit another take profit on FET, FET versus USDT. I guess not. Looks like I entered the wrong number of my position. That's fine. I'll take it. A win is a win. I put the wrong take profit on one of my brokers and it took me out of the trade early. That's fine. Fetch AI. All right, still advancing in take profit. What's that make off of that? 1,820. All right. You know, I don't normally show stuff like this, but I'm going to show it anyway. So BTCC is one of the brokers that I trade crypto on. FET USDT, that's the one that just hit take profit for me. 1,820 bucks. Note, these two are just from today. I won another for 790 bucks earlier today. And that's just on this broker. All right. Where are we? Ding. And what is it for? Turbo. Take profit on Turbo versus Tether. Very smooth. It was on the 1 hour confirmation. And we've got another take profit smashed. This time on Cato versus Tether. For 148 pips. There's Peanut. Yes, I hear the angry beeping. Give me a second. Got another one on Goat versus Tether on 2 hour confirmation. Another take profit smashed. And that is Euro versus Australian dollar already. Freaking stop loss. And we've got another stop loss take profit hit. This is 1M Baby Doge. for 595 pips. All right, that's a take profit smash to 1M Baby Doge for 595 pips. Remove that from the sell list and mark that. That's win number 971. Let's see what else we got. I don't think that's it. Okay. There we go. So just for reference, that's another $142 on Kaito versus Tether and $610 on 1M Baby Doge. Just to drive home the point, we really do actually do this every day. Now, I have gone through the math on this before. I just want to kind of illustrate this for you guys. So let's go to Google. Let's suppose that you were starting an account with just $500. And you want to grow that at 1% every weekday for a year. Now there's 261 weekdays in a year. So if you started with $500 on January 1st, you trade every single weekday, you would end the year at $6,461.50. Right? But let's suppose that you want to do that with that amount. So we're going to go with 6,461.50 at 1% every weekday for a year. You would end up with $86,039.09. This is at the end of year 2, starting with $500. Just 1% growth a day, which is extraordinarily easy to do. So if we take the 86,039.09 times 1 to 1.01 to 261 power, which is 13.315. At the end of year 3, you would have $1,145,610.48. So I demonstrate this to say, get some money together and just start your trading journey. Even if you're trading with someone like myself, and you just take your trades, you're just looking for 1% growth per day. You're probably going to get more than that. But even at conservatively 1% growth per day, you're going to be a millionaire in 3 years. Just put that in perspective. Most people don't make $1 million in their entire career working. Lock in for 3 years and you'll probably get there. And likely faster than that. To put that in perspective, let's go to my performance right now, because I keep my metrics in live time. So I did not trade until February the 3rd of this year because I was recovering from a major surgery from last year. But as of right now, we're at 971 wins versus 724 losses for a win percentage of 57.31%. And we've won 3,995,576 pips. Now, to put that in perspective, even at 0.01, which is the lowest leverage that you can take on a trade, that's still $399,557.60 of profit. Let that sink in. And obviously, I had to take my foot off the gas because if you guys are not aware, I had a major heart attack and a stroke August of last year, followed by a quadruple bypass. So, it's a miracle that my brain works at such a high function now, because I almost didn't make it off the surgery table. The year before that, I had my all-time record for pips. We won 10.2 million pips in 2023. My goal for next year is 12 million pips. And I'm going to do it. And there'll be proof because I'll have all my lives up. London and New York, every weekday for 2026. You'll see it for yourself. The proof for these pips, it's there. Every single live, dating back to June. Guys, I didn't go live until then, but you've seen the results. I'm consistently winning. And it's the same system over and over and over again. Let me give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about here. Look at this trade. This is on Peanut versus Tether. Now, at the time, the Asian session This wick right here broke above the Asian session of the day. On the next candle, you had a cross of the EMA, and it marked the trade on a sell. We got into the trade. It went into stop loss territory in the first 2 hours that we were in the trade, came down in profit, went up, came down, went up, and now it's almost a take profit. Now, mind you, I don't have to do anything for this other than enter the trade and wait. So I've currently been waiting on this trade for 2 days and 18 hours, right? Now, for me doing nothing but pressing a button, when this trade hits, I will make $2,325. So that's kind of how this works. It doesn't really require any more skill than what you're already doing. It doesn't require any more effort. You just need to know how to enter a number, press a buy or sell button, and wait. Now, of course, there's the skill for knowing how to get in and out of trades. I can teach you guys that stuff. But for right now, just trade along with me. Win while you're learning. That's the only reason I'm really doing this. When I started trading 12 years ago, I had people that wanted me to pay money to learn how to trade. It's hundreds of dollars per month I had to spend to learn the craft. But once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And then I just got better and better calling signals. Now I don't need to pay someone hundreds of dollars to learn how to trade because I know how to do it for myself. I don't have to be stressed out about being at a job every day. I sleep very comfortably. I can go work out at a gym. I can spend time and cook in my own kitchen. I can spend time with my significant other. I can spend time with my family. I actually have my time back. If I want to fart around and play PlayStation for a couple hours a day, I can do that. If I want to spend time writing my book, I can do that. Do something uncomfortable for a little while so that you can be comfortable in a way that other people will never be able to experience. Many of you are going to get tax returns coming up next April. Don't splurge that money. Take at least 500, even though I would recommend a couple of thousand. Throw it in a trading account. Start taking the trades. I'm on here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. for London, from 7:30 to 10 a.m. for New York. Take the trades, even if you take them at 0.01. Let them run. Watch the numbers grow. Every Friday, take out 10% of the account. Inside of 6 months, you should start approaching what you're making. Well, yeah, inside of 6 to 7 months, you should start approaching what you're making on your job that you're taking out every Friday. And then you got a decision to make. Do you want to keep exchanging your time for money? Or do you want to reclaim your life and do something different? But you still got to be consistent. You still got to get up, take the trades, put the work in, then go do what you do with the rest of your day. But don't just let the money sit in the account. Start investing. Learn about investing. There are things like the rule of 72. You can take 72 into the interest rate that you're getting on an asset, and that's going to tell you the number of years it takes for something to double, right? You're not going to put that money in a bank account. That's stupid. I'm going to help you out right now. This is the website for BlackRock. It is the largest venture capital firm in the world, and you can do this with multiple companies. Let's just go to BlackRock. I'm going to go to funds, going to go to iShares ETFs. I want you to pay attention here. What you're looking for is the 10-year percentage rate. I want you to click here. What it's going to do is going to tell you the percentage rate over 10 years. You see that? 27.19%. What does that mean? Well, grab a calculator. 72 divided by 27.19. If you dump money into here, your money is going to double every 2.64 years. So as you're getting a bunch of money from trading, dump, say, 10 grand into there. Let it sit. Don't touch it. So now we're looking at what is 10,000 at 27.19% for 10 years. $119,742.36. In 10 years, your money will grow 119 times or 11 times in 10 years just by dumping the money into that one account. Let's suppose that you had a longer time horizon. Let's say it's 20 years. And you never put any more money in it. It's just $10,000. $1,281,421. Let's suppose it's 30 years. You can do this for your kids. Take 10 grand, throw it in that account. Let it grow for 30 years. $18,361,130. And you just saw there were multiple accounts that had more than 12% for just BlackRock. And you can do that for SunGard, for Vanguard, for Fidelity, for Charles Schwab, from T. Rowe. There's a number of companies that have these EFTs that pay extraordinary amounts. Make your money work for you. All right, so we're back to it. It's saying there's something on gold versus Australian dollar. Okay, stop hit. And Peanut said that it hit take profits. Let's go back and look at that. I need to check my broker to see if it cleared there because I do have a spread. And it looks like it did hit. So got two that hit, WCT and Peanut. So just to show you, this is WCT versus Tether. Just one for 1,178 pips dollars. And then we have Peanut versus Tether, just one for $2,338. And all this game is, it's waiting until you have the opportunity to get into the market, take the trade and waiting again. You do this over and over and over again. But you got to learn how to be patient and you got to learn how to wait. You can't constantly be in the market just for the sake of being in the market. You don't want to FOMO. You want to be targeted. So let's go ahead and mark off our wins. We've got WCT versus Tether. That's 418 pips. All right, so here is, oh, darn it, tripping. A profit smashed. This is on WCT. 418 pips. We can go ahead and remove this from the sell list. Oops, didn't want to do that. And we can mark this bad boy off. It's win number 972. All right, I need to grab this ticker. It's Wallet Connect. All right, so Wallet Connect versus Tether. Hey, Mom, what's happening?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Good. Mommy's got you $160 for you to take your math test.
Okay, got it.
But I want you to make sure from Texas teachers, the test that you are taking, is it the actual test that math that certifies you for math, and then you can take
It's
what
called
is it?
It's called a PCAT. It's a
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I know what that is. Okay. So $160. Okay. Do you find out where the nearest Pearson is? The last time I took one, it was right off of 610 up here, or I-10. But find out where the nearest Pearson is. Let them give you the name of the number of the course, so you can have the correct course. And I think they have to do something on their end for you to take it. And you pay for it online, if I remember correctly.
I'll figure that out before I do anything.
Okay, all right, but you could be ready for it next week. Just make for sure that it's the correct test that you should take before we pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take the practice test they have for it first, just to kind
Great,
of
great.
okay.
Well, go ahead and do the practice test, and let me know when you're ready. We can schedule your test.
All right.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Take care.
We're gonna get you on your feet one way or the other.
All right, Mom.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
All right, Peanut the squirrel. I didn't realize that was what this was. That's hilarious. Let's see. Peanut the squirrel. Jesus, that's funny. Telegram. Peanut. On. That's one. Here's another. Versus Tether. Post. What's this for? 233 pips. And finally get rid of this off of my sell list. Wait a long time for that one. $33. Okay, that's more action. Don't know what it is just yet, but I'll get to it here in a second. That's 927. All right. So, got a couple of things. Those are probably stop loss hits on gold, and they are. Not worried about that because it'll come back down. All right, so there's a rally on commodities right now. I wonder if the dollar's getting weaker, and that's why. Yeah, the dollar's getting weaker. So people are applying money into commodities. Okay, that makes sense. I can dig it. All right, so our next trade up would be people versus Tether. Someone's the next deepest in profit. I built it a 4 hour just to get it to fit. It's going to hit for 125 pips. And when it takes profit, that's going to be another 1,250. So if you're not familiar with the way this setup is, this of course is TradingView. It's the world's greatest trading platform, which basically means you can kind of use indicators and things to set up the trade to visually see it. Then you go to your broker and you book the trade. So here I have people versus Tether already booked with an order size of 1 million coins. My entry price is 1218. Current price is 1303, and my target's down here. Well, I'm in profit $1,150, and at take profit, I'm going to make $1,250 when the broker closes out the trade. It's just like rolling money. So we're taking trades properly with risk management based off the signals that we're getting every 15 minutes. We're determining if we're in a downtrend or an uptrend, and then we're getting into the trade. Let's do the anatomy of the trade here. Why did we enter this trade? Well, we have the 800 on the top, that's the blue, the 200 in the middle, that's the gray, the aqua on the bottom, that's the 50. BGA, that's a downtrend. So it was a downtrend when we entered the trade. We go down in time frame, we find the original signal. I want to say this was on a 1 hour. Nope, might have been on 30-minute. Hold on, let me find it. It's probably on 15 minutes. It's just going to take forever to freaking go back and find that, and that's going to annoy me. But at any rate, it's very close to take profit. That's the whole point. This is going to be for 125 pips. We know what the profit's going to be off on it, and we just wait. We do this over and over again. Now, our next time to enter the market is going to be in about a minute and a half. That's 9:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. TradingView is going to go through and look at all my alerts on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, 3-month, and 6-month for all the assets we trade, and then spit out trade ideas. Then we go and look to see whether or not it's a valid trade, and we enter the trade over and over and over again. It does all the heavy lifting for me. I think I pay $60 a month for my subscription to TradingView for it to give me the alerts that I need. And that's it. All the stuff that I get my news from is free. Forex Factory is free. Finance.yahoo.com is free. All the information you can get from the U.S. federal government is free. You just need to know which websites to go pull the information you need. The Beige Book, which is released by the U.S. Federal Reserve every month, which is their guidance for the U.S. economy, that's free. You just got to go to the Federal Reserve's website and get it when they publish it. All right, we've got 3 calls. Let's take a look. Got the euro versus the Swedish krona. This is a short, but it is blue, aqua, gray. That's consolidation. And we're not entering that. We don't want that at all. That's junk. We have the euro versus the South African rand. Same setup. Blue, aqua, gray. We don't want that. For a sell, we need blue, gray, aqua to confirm a downtrend. To drive that home, if you turn on your order blocks, you see there are buy order blocks below current price. So it's not going to get to take profit. It's going to bounce up in range. It's just as good for you to avoid a bad trade as it is for you to get into a good trade. And we had the United States dollar versus the Chinese yuan. Same setup. Blue, aqua, gray. You want to avoid that. That support below current price. You turn on your order blocks and you see it. 1, 2, 3, all blocking you getting the profit. You don't want to enter a setup like this. So what you want is BGA, blue, gray, aqua. That's for a downtrend. And you want AGB, aqua, gray, blue. That's an uptrend. And this works for any asset on any time frame. So the aqua's on the top, the gray's in the middle, the blue's on the bottom. 50 EMA, 200 EMA, 800 EMA, you're in an uptrend. You have blue, gray, aqua, 800 EMA, 200 EMA, 50 EMA, you're on a downtrend. So once you get your buyer sell alert and you have the proper trend and you're buying or selling in that direction, you enter the trade over and over and over again. Is it always going to work? No. No system is 100%. But if you're using proper risk management, it won't matter. Because if every trade that you take is a 2-to-1 risk. In other words, your profit is at least two times more than your stop loss. You could lose 66.67% of your trades and still be in profit. It just so happens our 1% is a little over 57%. And you know I'm not kidding because you're watching me do it every day. So I'm going to have to ban someone off of Twitch. Freaking spam. All right, we got another ding. Let's go and take a look at what that is. Two dings, in fact. GC and MGC1. I already know what that is. Still getting smacked around a little bit on commodities. That's fine. Waiting on take profit to be smashed on people versus tether. We're targeting 109.3. So we're 5 pips away. It's just being a little stubborn here. We haven't had quite a day for profit, though. I'll take that. See, where we are. About 7 minutes from the half of the hour, 9:30 in the morning. We had 3 junk signals for 9:15 that we avoided because they were in consolidation. Now we just wait. Dollar still strong for the day, of about 3 cents on the dollar. Every other currency is getting smashed. Guess we can go back and look at currency strength again. And the United States dollar remains the world's strongest currency as of right now. Why am I still having not listed? We got out of that already. One night yesterday, it's 0.77. All right, we've got a buy possibility on RB1. That's a future. Let's go and take a look. Okay, we have aqua, gray, and blue. We would be taking this on a buy. It won't mark itself off for 15 minutes, so we'll know at 9:40-ish if this is going to be valid for us. Only what happens is what's called a Patrick push. Price will decline, giving us a better entry in the next 15 minutes, and then we'll enter on the buy. So we have a futures call on RB1 coming up in 15 minutes, provided it does not run off on us. That's on gasoline. Coming up on about 2 minutes left to go to the middle of the hour, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Because of the spread, I'm 6 pips away on my broker, 2 pips away on TradingView. It's getting closer. A little bit more of a push. I got about 10 more minutes before we can enter gasoline on the futures market. Got a new candle in about 25 seconds. No immediate calls. We'll see what we end up getting here in a second. Oops. Oh. My next door neighbor's wife is such a loud mouth. I can hear her voice blasting through my wall. She's on the phone. I can literally hear every word that she's saying. I think she's like a stay-at-home mom or something, because she's always on the phone. So it's obvious he works and she doesn't. But Jesus, that's one loud woman. All right, so we're really, really close on people. Broker has it 3 pips away. I think we're going to go ahead and get this one live on stream too. I like it. Let's go. 2 pips. 1 pip. Boom, another win. All right, so this is people versus tether. $1,250. This pick, I'm gonna need it. All right, so this is 125 pips on Pipple versus Tether. Congratulations for those of you that took the trade. Looks like we got more action here in a second. I'll come to that here in a moment. Six oh five two. All right, so people can go now. We've got euro versus the Czech dollar. It came back for us, so we can actually enter that trade. We're going to take it. It's going to be a long from current price. We're going to target 24.39685. URCZK. It's going to be a 4.57 risk. Entries at 35911. Stop is at 35086. That's for 83 pips. And take profits at 39685. That's for 377 pips. And here's your next call of the day. The euro versus the Czech dollar, 15-minute confirmation. Market execution buy. Your entry price is 24.35911. Your stop loss is 24.35086 for 83 pips. Your take profit is 24.39685 for 377 pips. Risk reward ratio of 4.57. So this is an exotic currency as a buy. Gasoline get marked off yet? New. And we have a stop loss hit on ZW1. We won't enter this. You have gray, aqua, blue. That's consolidation above current price. And you see you have 1, 2, 3 order blocks for sales before take profit. So this would not be a good trade to enter. Now, RB1 should be marking off in a few seconds. And there we go. We're going to enter this. This is gasoline. So long from current price, targeting 1.9115. For this. This is RB1. That's for gasoline. This is a buy. The risk is 4.72. Entry price is $87.94. Stop is $87.26 for 68 pips. And take profits at $91.15. It's for 321 pips. Let's call it the day. RB1 gasoline, 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. Entry price is 1.8794. Stop loss is 1.8726 for 68 pips. Take profit is 1.9115 for 321 pips. Risk reward ratio of 4.72. And we're already in profit. Mark that as a buy. Go ahead and clean up our buy and sell list. And right now, the next in profit is Dogecoin. I don't even have that marked off. Interesting. Okay, well, somehow I'm still in it. So, let me think. Or is it further down than I thought? No, I don't have anything marked. I'm going to go ahead and take my profit out of this. I shouldn't even be in that trade. So I just closed out on Doge versus versus Tether. I don't remember getting into that. That's another 996. Which means our next up is IP versus Tether. There we go. Nice, smooth. Again, BGA downtrend, and what happens? Price is just taking off. Nice, smooth movement to take profit. And it looks like that will hit for $1,212.51 when it hits take profit. At any rate, let me drop this news. This is Dogecoin. I just heard another ding. I'm going to come back to that, guys. Give me a second here. All right, what was that? That was Euro versus the Polish Nati. Stop loss hit. So it won't be entering that, obviously. Looks like it was in an uptrend, so I don't know why it called out a sell. Not touching that with a long handle spoon. What are we looking at? IP versus Tether. So the entry is originally off of the 1 hour. Here you can see it. I'm actually going to make the position a little smaller so that I can go to the 1 hour and track it live. So obviously the Asian session, it broke above the Asian session. You have a cross of the 5 and 13 EMA, and the next candle called out the trade as a sell, marking 4.095s to take profit. It went slightly in the stop loss territory and then took off in the profit. And it's been very smooth on a downward motion ever since. This is going for 1,228 pips. Let's review what we've had today. We've had a sell on the United States dollar versus Israeli shekel. We've had a sell on euro versus South African rand. We had a buy on the Canadian dollar versus Swiss franc. We had a sell on micro gold, a sell on gold. Both of those were futures. We have a sell on gold versus the United States dollar, a sell on gold versus Australian dollar, a sell on gold versus the euro, a sell on euro versus Australian dollar. Take profit smashed on multiple cryptocurrency perpetual trades, a buy on euro versus Czech dollar, and a buy on gasoline. So I would imagine we're going to dive deeper into profit on crypto perpetual trades, at least those that are going short throughout the day. Note the reset for the crypto market is at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time today. So we may have a reversal of fortune for the buy side for that day. I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm Live trading session for New York. The Quiet Storm Live trading sessions are held every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 2 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4 a.m. Central Standard Time for London, and for 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for New York. If you have not already done so, we certainly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when I do go live in the market. All right, coming up on the last ticker of the morning, 8 minutes to go to the top of the hour, 10 a.m. That is also the closing bell of the London Stock Exchange. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think she breathes. And by that, I mean my neighbor Sue. This woman has been talking nonstop for an hour. Like one continuous compound sentence, it seems like. I don't think I've used that many words in any day my entire life. I'm just not a talkative person. So when I hear people that are just chatterboxes like that, it kind of irritates me in a way that I just can't explain. I don't understand it. All right, so we've got something on United States dollar versus Israeli shekel. Still in profit on that trade. It retraced on us. No big deal. Right back to IP. Monster push in this candle. Approaching 2 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. I doubt we get take profit within the session here, but it definitely should happen sometime today. About a minute left to go to the top of the hour. We'll see what we end up getting. Yo, here we go. Immediately we have Euro versus the Swedish krona. Let's take a look at that. It says it's a sell on the 30-minute. And no, this is consolidation. Another example of a trade you want to avoid. Blue, aqua, gray. If you turn on your order block, you can see this more clearly. You have a buy order block literally below current price. This is going to range. So this would not be a sell that you would want to get into. So with that, we're done for the morning. I will see you again at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time for London tomorrow morning, and at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for New York. Cheers.